of course, we argued over what should it look like. Community groups like the Fund for a Better Waterfront participated. Sometimes we argued, sometimes we didn't. But having a public waterfront was the right thing to do, you know. But you could understand the city's government when you lost all your tax base and you were very anxious to get something approved. And it wasn't, you know, where the buildings were, but the Fund for a Better Waterfront, Ron Hine, I was able to look back and say, you know what, I think you're right, that having the buildings on across the street and having all of the waterfront parks and walkways as public parks and walkways, esplanades, is better. And I think there are European cities that have a similar characteristics where all of the waterfront is for everyone. It's public, it's not privatized. So we made our way. And again, time goes by, you know, I could remember Craig Whitaker. You know, Ron introduced me to Craig Whitaker, and he had what was called the blanket test. And I said, what the heck is this blanket test? And you could truly understand the public waterfront if you could take a blanket and stretch it across in a public area and have a picnic, you know. And that's stuck in my head all these years. But Craig does fine work. He's a planner, and Ron is still at it, you know. And even though Hoboken has really turned the corner, there are still elements of the waterfront that Ron is trying to connect. And to that extent, it's all good. You know, it's all good.